Hi English students, this is your instructor, and I want us to talk about the poetry essay, which is the next essay we're going to work on. And it's really an essay based off the literature that we've covered and your opinions on that literature and kind of your insight into what the author's intentions might have been or the relevance of the work. So really depending on which topic you choose and which literature you want to write on is going to focus your essay. So the rough draft is due Wednesday, June 30th by midnight in discussions, and that'll be worth your daily grade and attendance for the week. As always, you'll have peer review on these rough drafts, so your peers will be able to help you revise and improve your draft before you turn it in for grading. The final draft is due Wednesday, July 7th by midnight in content, and it's also going to be worth your daily grade and attendance for that week. As always, just submit it in content and then I'll grade it electronically. So this essay is worth 20% of your final grade. So not as much as that research paper, but still a pretty nice sized chunk of your average. The length should be at least 800 words in length, so that's less long than your research paper. The formatting is 12-point Times New Roman, double space with MLA heading and style. And MLA heading, I'd recommend checking out page 161 in the Seagull book for an example on how MLA heading looks. You'll also have to have a works cited page with your literary work cited. And so whatever literary work you decide to write on, you'll need a citation for that. But luckily, on the second page of the handout, I've done the citations for you. So all you have to do is copy and paste those into your works cited page, and remember just the ones that you write about. So say if you write about How Do I Love Thee and My Last Duchess, you would just have those top two citations. And then if you decide to write on My Mistress's Eyes Are Nothing Like the Sun, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day, you would just have those two citations. So it just depends on what you're writing about and how many citations you have. But your works cited page does count towards your word count. So that's another question I get pretty often. You won't need any outside sources for this paper. So unlike your research paper that does have a lot of outside sources in it, this one you don't want any, because I want to know your opinion about the literature, not what SparkNotes says about the literature or Schmoop or some of the websites that have a lot of analysis on them. I want to know what you thought about what you read. And so to make sure that I get some original ideas, I don't want you to use any online resources, just the stories or poems themselves and your opinions. I have some topic ideas on here, and it really depends on which literature you choose. And so for instance, My Last Duchess, if you wanted to write about how the author's message is or is not relevant today, some students have argued that My Last Duchess is not relevant anymore because the Duke and the Duchess could have gotten a divorce if it was the modern day versus what actually happened in the poem. So it really depends on which ones are most interesting to you. Versus like How Do I Love Thee, a lot of students will argue that that does have a lot of relevance because it's speaking about love in general, and that's a universal idea that never gets old. So it really just depends on which ones you want to write about. If you need help organizing your ideas, just feel free to shoot me an email. If you have trouble choosing a topic, I'll be happy to help you as well. As always, there's a final draft late submission rule, and this is going to be graded using the grading rubric and scanned with anti-plagiarism software. So don't be tempted to find those online resources to give you ideas, because there's a really good chance they get flagged for plagiarism. So just make sure you stick with your own ideas. Write about something you're interested in. The poems that you're most interested in are the ones that you need to write about, and then you'll be good to go. So as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. Also, there's always the Writing Center. The Writing Center has excellent tutors that can help you through this writing process, no matter what point you are in the writing process. Even if you're just getting started on the paper, they can help you with an online appointment or in-person appointment, depending on what's best for you. So just make sure that you use those resources. Ask me any questions along the way. Don't forget the citations are completely done for you, so there's no excuse to miss those citations. And let me know if you have any questions. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks. Bye.